Welcome to Multiplicity Monday. My name is Alex, and I am the host of not only my system, but also this podcast. Let's get to it. Please be warned, this podcast may have distressing points due to the nature of the disorder, but trigger warnings will be provided. In this episode, there are brief mentions of trauma and the stigma towards D.I.D and OSDD communities. What is Multiplicity Monday? Well, I'm glad you asked. I am starting a podcast to be uploaded every couple of Mondays where we discuss topics surrounding the world of multiplicity. But what is multiplicity? Multiplicity is having multiple parts or alters to one body due to significant and repeated childhood trauma. These are apparent in childhood trauma disorders such as dissociative identity disorder, D.I.D, and OSDD, otherwise specified dissociative disorder, amongst others. There are differences between D.I.D and OSDD, but both have chronic dissociative symptoms and are both severe forms of PTSD. Each part or alter can exist as their own person, with their own likes, dislikes, hobbies, fashion, gender, sexuality, age, and species. Yes, you heard me right. I said species. And this point sparks a lot of debate both inside and outside of the D.I.D and OSDD communities. But when looking at multiplicity, it is important to remember that these alters are created in the mind of a child longing for safety, and they can dream up anything that would help get them out of harm's way. Maybe this could be a fairy, because fairies are small and can fly away. Maybe this is a wolf, because wolves are strong animals that can fight back. But who am I to be speaking on multiplicity? After a complex series of events and re-traumatization in 2020, I found out that I have D.I.D. and was diagnosed in December that year. I can draw from my own experiences and what I've learned as somebody diagnosed with D.I.D, but I am in no way a psychiatric professional. I do have a lot of lived experience with this disorder, having had it for my whole life. The amazing thing about D.I.D and OSDD is how, for the majority of us, it's a covert disorder. Your brain literally hides it from you and makes up any excuses for anything that could seem off, which has created some interesting stories for us over the years, I can assure you. But when you're meant to know, you're meant to know. And your brain will try and keep it from you forever if it could. There are overt systems. They aren't the majority, and often it's when this is a required part for their safety as children. It was important for them to have obvious differences and have obvious switches for their safety as children. In this podcast, we do not and will not tolerate fake claiming. You do not and cannot know everything about someone else's experiences and whether this is the life that they lead every day. This podcast is to raise awareness about this very stigmatized disorder and give those who live like this a chance to speak up and speak out. We are not monsters. We were traumatized by monsters. We are just trying to survive and reparent and teach ourselves to live and love and accept that we are truly worthy of all of those things. And I'll be honest, I'm definitely not there yet. And I've struggled a lot with acceptance and why me? But this is my journey, and I implore you to come along and learn or share your experiences. Take this journey with me. Ask questions. If this even helps one other person with their understanding of D.I.D or OSDD, then it's worth it. Thank you for listening to my introduction and housekeeping. I hope to see you along the way, and I hope that if you have any questions, you'll let me know, and I'll do my best to answer them. I will endeavour to make the quality of this podcast as good as possible, but bear with me, as this is my first attempt. But I will endeavour to make them the best quality I can, and as often as I can, to shed some insight into the world of multiplicity. Thank you so much. We hope to see you next time.